We often meticulously craft our internal good morning. The perfect alarm, the precise breakfast. But what happens when we step outside? The good morning faces its ultimate test, the commute. Today at the Who Sit Dame Institute, we dare to question, how is a good morning commute truly unmade?
Welcome back to the Institute, everyone, especially those coming from How to Unmake a Good Morning video, in order to have the complete understanding of how to control their mornings and day even. After unmaking the internal good morning in the previous video, which if you haven't watched, do so after this video to fully understand, we now turn our attention to its external counterpart, the commute. Professor Zee has prepared his typical journey for us to experiment today.
Oh, the commute, a daily saga. Some days it's a seamless ballet of motion. It's like Newton's law, but this time no external forces acting upon it. But other days, it's more than just external forces, but every of my actions are countered by an opposing reaction. A relentless bumper-to-bumper nightmare. My sanity hinges on this journey, not gonna lie.
Well, way to go, Professor. You just dissected Newton's law using your daily commute. Amazing.
I know, right? The boys still got it.
Indeed. I see you spent your lonely days digesting a whole lot of physics and having lots of good mornings, since there wasn't anything else to be done. Way to go, Prof.
Thank you, Dr. Elara. Hold on. Wait, what?
Back to our topic. When you experience all these things our amazing Professor Z just explained using Newton's law, in order to have a good morning commute, to see through having a good morning and even the day, we should always have a forgiving attitude, and that will be the last thing we dissect in this video, so stick around. Today, our derivers of 5000 now acting as a Commute Un-Maker will review the hidden truths, why some commutes bring joy and others bring despair.
Our Commute Un-Maker has broken down the good morning commute into 3 parts: traffic, public transport, and my personal favorite, personal space.
You're being sarcastic, right? About the personal space. And we both know you have a vintage custom Porsche Carrera GT, Professor. Anyways, you left out one, Professor. The forgiving attitude, which we'll talk about last. Let's start with the most common culprit, traffic. We often feel stuck because there are too many cars, right? But our Commute Un-Maker is showing us something fascinating. That bad traffic isn't always about too many vehicles. It's often about something simple, like just one driver tapping their brakes unexpectedly. That little brake tap forces the car behind them to tap their brakes and so on, creating a ripple effect. It's like a chain reaction, or when someone stops to tie their shoe in a busy hallway, and suddenly everyone behind them slows down. These are often called phantom traffic jams because they appear out of nowhere, not from one actual accident or roadblock. So that feeling of being stuck, it can actually just be a delayed reaction moving through the line of cars.
Professor Z eyes widened, gesturing wildly.
Phantom traffic. So my roadway was directed at a ripple, like a silent, invisible wave of frustration created by a single innocent brake tap? All those frustrated honks for nothing. But why does this happen to me? Why me?
It doesn't happen to anyone. It just occurs because it's unforeseen. No one sits down and plans that by 8 a.m. when people are trying to get down to their various activities of the day, to be delayed by a mysterious dog running into the road. So one should have a forgiving attitude and not get angry over something they have no clue about. Because, just like the ripple effect that caused the traffic, your anger can also cause a ripple of anger, thus affecting your day negatively. Like my people would say, and no one vex for stranger. Use it as a mantra always.
I know when vex for stranger. I love that mantra. I'll always use it. This changes everything about my mornings completely.
That's fantastic, Professor. Next, public transport. We all dream of a smooth, on-time bus or train ride, don't we? Our Un-Maker is showing us that a truly good public commute isn't just a big vehicle moving people. It's a complex, precisely timed dance between drivers, signals, and schedules. Think of it like a giant invisible clock. If just one gear, like a bus running 3 minutes late, gets slightly out of sync, it can throw off every connection and transfer down the line. That is a delay suddenly causes a ripple of missed connections and waiting passengers. It's all about synchronization and the hidden ballet of how people and vehicles move through a city.
Professor Z nodding slowly and thoughtful.
So that 5-minute delay isn't just 5 minutes. It's a cosmic alignment of logistical failures. Like when I try to perfectly time my toast and coffee, and then the toaster pops up at the kettle balls, but then the power goes out. My morning boss is a ticking time bomb of unmade efficiency.
Exactly. So to avoid unforeseen delays, it's better to get there even before time. Cause it's better to complain about being early, which is also a win cause no one else or fewer people thought of it. You get to be comfortable and get the best seat rather than being late or on time and having to settle for less.
That's just amazeballs.
Amazeballs indeed, Professor. And finally, personal space on the commute. We naturally create an invisible bubble around ourselves, especially in crowded places. Our Un-Maker shows that a good commute often relies on simple, unspoken rules of respect. When someone bumps into you, plays loud music, or stands close to you, it's not just annoying, it's an invasion of that personal bubble. It can trigger a small stress response, making you feel uncomfortable or even trapped, especially when the person has a very bad smell, effectively making your sense of calm and well-being on the journey. It's all about this invisible boundaries.
You see why this is just my personal favorite? It probably has to do with me being antisocial, whatever. I just hate it when people don't know they are in other people's personal space. Like, oh, it sickens me to the bone.
He said, waving his hands dramatically.
Truth be told, Professor. Wait, hold on. Now I understand why this is your personal favorite. You bad man.
Professor Zee looks with a knowing smile across his face.
My bubble, it's been popped. So my good commute depends on whether Brenda from accounting respects the sanctity of my elbow room and her choice of 80s power ballad at full volume. The horror.
Indeed, Professor. The good morning commute isn't just about speed. It's about the intricate placement of individual choices, shared space, and logistical precision. When all of these elements align alongside the forgiving spirit, which is simply the willpower to not overreact or switch modes entirely, due to unforeseen circumstances, but handle them with ease and navigating your way through them, then the journey on the road and life itself feels effortless. But when they don't, even a shock trip can feel like eternal suffering.
Eternal suffering indeed. That's why we have the mantra, I know one vengeful stranger. Oh wow, Dixie Elara, good one. So a good commute isn't just driving fast. It's a delicate dance of collective understanding and proper spacing. Who knew geometry applied to my daily existential dread?
First it was Newton's law, now it's geometry. Don't even add Pythagoras' theorem, please, Professor.
As we've unmade the chaos of the morning commute, we're reminded that this external journey is inextricably linked to our internal state. The two, in fact, form a single, complete picture. What we perceive as a good morning is the sum of personal ritual and public passage. So, make sure to also watch our companion video on the internal routine, How a Good Morning is Unmade, for a full understanding of how to build a truly good morning. See you next time.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment your thoughts, subscribe, and follow for more. Arigato.